You're still waking up to a world that feels like it's holding its breath. The silence isn't just a lack of sound. It's a presence, heavy and thick, like a blanket you can't shake off. You shuffle through your place, socks scuffing the floor, and every little noise you make feels amplified, bouncing off the walls as if it's mocking you. The fridge doesn't hum anymore. The AC's dead, and even the birds outside seem to have clocked out. It's just you, and the quiet is starting to mess with your head. You try to keep busy, right? Maybe you dig out that old guitar you swore you'd learn to play, strumming a few off-key chords just to hear something. But the notes hang in the air, lonely, with no one to hear them but you. You laugh a little, wow, you think, I'm really out here serenading myself like some kind of post-apocalyptic rock star. It's a weak joke, but it's all you've got to keep the edge off. You set the guitar down, and the silence rushes back in, thicker than before. Days start blending together. You've lost track of time because, honestly, what's the point? No alarms, no meetings, no "hey, you up?" text to jolt you awake. You wander outside again, shoes crunching on gravel, and it hits you how weird it is to hear your own footsteps so clearly. The streets are empty, cars abandoned like they're waiting for owners who'll never show. You pass a coffee shop you used to love, its neon open sign dark, and you can almost smell the ghost of burnt espresso lingering in the air. You start talking to yourself more, and not just little mutters, full-on conversations. Okay, self, you say, leaning against a lamppost. What's the game plan here? Are we farming, building a raft, writing the next great novel? You pause, waiting for an answer that doesn't come, then chuckle. Great, I'm losing it already. Someone get me a reality show. Survivor, one-man edition. Find what's true. You're living the experiment now, and you're not sure which side's winning. Part of you craves a voice, any voice, to break this quiet. But another part's starting to wonder if maybe, just maybe, you could figure yourself out in all this emptiness. You sit by the window, watching the sun dip low, painting the sky in lazy oranges and pinks. No planes streak across it, no distant sirens wail, just pure, unbroken stillness. Your breath fogs the glass, and you trace a finger through it, drawing nothing in particular. The world's gone quiet, yeah, but you're still here, still kicking. Maybe that's enough for now. So what do you think? Could you handle this silence? Or would it break you? Drop a comment with your location and local time. I'd love to know where you're at while you're pondering this. Hit that like button if you're vibing with it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let's keep this weird little journey going. Hello everyone. Welcome back to this strange little journey we're on together. If you're still here after the silence hit in part 1, well, props to you, most people would have tapped out by now. Today, we're diving deeper into this empty world, where the Wi-Fi's gone dark and your screen's just a lifeless slab of glass. So, grab a snack, maybe those stale chips from the back of your pantry, hit that like button if you're feeling generous, and let's see how long you can last without your digital fix. The unplugged reality. Picture this, you're sitting on your couch, the cushions sagging under you like they've given up too. That dead phone's still in your hand, and you're staring at it, waiting for it to blink back to life. It doesn't. You tap the screen again, harder this time, like that's gonna magically bring the internet back. Spoiler alert, it won't. You toss it onto the coffee table, and it lands with a dull thud, right next to a half-empty coffee mug that's been there since. Who knows? The room's quiet, except for the faint creak of the floorboards settling, and you realize something unsettling. You don't know what to do with yourself. Your life's been a highlight reel of likes, retweets, and dopamine hits. Scroll, refresh, repeat. You'd wake up to notifications, some friend's vacation pics, a trending meme, that one coworker who won't stop posting gym selfies. It was noise, sure, but it was your noise, a comforting buzz that kept the silence at bay. Now that's all gone. No more algorithms feeding you what to think. No more playlists to drown out your thoughts. Just you, alone, with nothing to swipe. You stand up, pacing a little, your socks scuffing against the carpet. You glance at the TV, useless without streaming. The laptop? Dead too. You're cut off, unplugged, and it's starting to itch under your skin. You're not just missing the internet. You're missing you, the version of you that existed online, polished and validated by strangers. Who are you without a profile pic, without a follower count? It's a weird question, right? But it's gnawing at you now, like a mosquito you can't slap away. Echoes of connection. Let's throw in a fact to ground us. Did you know the average person checks their phone 96 times a day? That's once every 10 minutes, give or take. Historians might argue it's the defining trait of our era, our digital tether. And here's an odd one for you. Octopuses can change color to blend into their surroundings, but they're colorblind, kinda like us. Hiding behind filters, blind to what's real. Scholars still debate whether social media made us more connected or just more alone. Guess you're about to find out. You wander to the kitchen, your stomach growling. You open the fridge, and the light's still on. Small miracles, right? You grab a yogurt, peel back the foil, and eat it standing there, the cold metal spoon clinking against your teeth. It's quiet enough to hear yourself chew, and that's a sound you didn't need to know. You finish, toss the container, and catch yourself reaching for your phone to snap a pic of what? Your sad little meal? Old habits die hard. You decide to explore, maybe distract yourself. You head outside again, the air cool and still against your face. The neighborhood's a ghost town, lawns overgrown, mailboxes stuffed with flyers no one's gonna read. You spot a faded "Vote Yes" on Prop 12 sign. Ironic, considering democracy's probably off the table now. You keep walking, past a playground where the swings sway slightly, like they're mocking you with their emptiness. The unwritten self. Back inside, you rummage through drawers, looking for something, anything, to fill the void. You find an old notebook, a pen that barely works. You sit down, start scribbling. Day 1, everyone's gone. Phone's dead. I'm losing it. You laugh. A dry, quiet chuckle because it's true. You're not a writer, but this feels like something you'd post for sympathy likes. Except there's no one to see it. The day drags on, and the silence gets heavier. You try to remember stuff, song lyrics, movie quotes, that one TikTok dance you swore you'd never do. It's fuzzy, like your brain's a hard drive that's been wiped. You used to outsource your memory to Google, your emotions to group chats. Now it's just you, and you're not sure there's much left. Facing the quiet. Night falls and you light a candle, power's still on, but the flicker feels right. You sit there, watching the flame dance, shadows stretching across the walls. You think about the last time you went a day without checking your phone. Was it ever? You're detoxing from a life you didn't even know you were addicted to. And it's brutal. You lean back, close your eyes, and let the quiet sink in. No pings, no alerts, just your breath, slow and steady. It's terrifying, but there's a weird freedom in it too. Maybe you don't need the noise. Maybe you never did. Or maybe that's just what you tell yourself to keep from screaming. You drift off, the candle still burning, and for a moment you're okay. But tomorrow's coming, and with it more silence, more questions. Can you survive this? Can you survive you? You're sprawled on the living room floor, legs pretzeled under you, staring at a crack in the wall like it's about to spill some ancient wisdom. The power's been out for days, finally crapped out for good, and the room's stuck in this gloomy half-light, courtesy of the gray mess sneaking past your curtains. Your phone's a useless brick now, the fridge has gone mute, and the only soundtrack is a drip 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 from the kitchen sink that's starting to feel like it's mocking you. No heat, no AC, no running water, just you, a couple cans of beans, and a box of crackers that's more dust than snack. This is survival mode, baby, and it's not exactly the adventure Hollywood promised. The new normal. You haul yourself up, groaning as your back protests from too many nights on the lumpy couch. The bed's too quiet these days. Makes your brain itch with thoughts you'd rather dodge. You shuffle to the window, yank the curtain aside, and peer out. The street's a ghost town. Cars gathering dust like they're auditioning for some post-apocalyptic art exhibit. Grass is clawing its way over the sidewalks, and you can almost hear nature whispering, "Told you I'd win. You're not the king of this castle anymore. Just a squatter in a world that's moving on without you." Hunger's gnawing at you now, so you stumble to the kitchen, grab a can of beans, and stare at it like it's supposed to open itself. Then you remember, no electric can open her, no dice. You dig through drawers, snag a knife, and start sawing at the lid like you're auditioning for Stone Age Survivor. It's a mess. Beans slosh, you nearly lose a finger, but you get it open. Cold, straight from the can, they taste like metal and disappointment. You shovel them down anyway. It's not food. It's just the stuff keeping you upright. For what, though? That's the million-dollar question. Echoes of the past. Mid-chew, your mind drifts to how people used to pull this off, like actually survive without apps or Wi-Fi. Take 1876. Alexander Graham Bell's tinkering with the telephone while most folks are lugging water from wells and growing their own potatoes. No electricity, no plumbing, just grit and a wood stove. You're trying to channel that pioneer spirit, but let's be honest, you're no homesteader. You're just a former DoorDash addict who's now eating beans with a side of existential dread. Here's a weird one for you. Back in the 19th century, people preserved food by burying it. Yep, dig a hole, toss in some straw, and stash your carrots like a squirrel with a savings plan. You glance out at your backyard, half tempted to grab a shovel. But nah, you just end up with a muddy pit and a pulled muscle. Survival's supposed to be practical. Sitting with silence, legs aching, you trudge back home and collapse on the porch steps, watching the sun bleed orange and pink across the sky. It's gorgeous, but there's no one to nudge and say, check this out. You'd snap a pic, slap a filter on it, hashtag it #apocalypse aesthetic. But nah, it's yours alone, and that hits different, liberating 1 second, lonely the next. Night creeps in, so you head inside, light a couple candles, and hunker down on the couch with a blanket. The quiet's heavy now, and your thoughts are louder than ever. Old memories, dumb regrets, all the could-be-beens. You think about the people you used to text, the plans that fell apart, the life you figured was a sure thing. It's all dust now, fading like a signal you can't quite tune in. You shut your eyes, breathe deep, and try to let it go. Maybe surviving isn't about scavenging or toughing it out. Maybe it's about sitting with the silence, the emptiness yourself, and not blinking. You're not there yet, but you're still here. For now, that's something. So, here you are again, slouched in what's left of your living room. The glow of a single candle throwing shadows that dance like they've got secrets to spill. The power's been out forever, weeks, maybe months, who's counting? Time's just a smear of light and dark now. A cycle of waking up, scavenging, and wondering how it all went so quiet. You've got a can of peaches, half empty, the syrup clinging to your fingers like a sticky little memory. You're staring at the wall, half expecting it to flicker into a Netflix binge. But nah, it's just a blank canvas for your wandering mind. The unavoidable reflection. The silence isn't new anymore. It's not just the world outside that's gone mute. It's crept into you, too. You've gotten cozy with the lack of noise, but this is heavier. This is the kind of quiet that doesn't let you hide. No more scrolling X to dodge your thoughts. No more playlists to drown out the static in your head. It's just you, raw and unfiltered, and let's be real, you're not sure you're ready for this kind of face-to-face. You stand up, joints creaking like an old house, and catch your reflection in the grimy mirror across the room. You look, well, rough. Not just the unwashed hair or the same hoodie you've been rocking since forever, but your eyes, they've got an edge now, like they've seen too much and not enough all at once. You shuffle closer, squinting. Hey, stranger. You mumble, voice raspy from disuse. The mirror you just stares back, unblinking, like it's waiting for you to figure something out. Quick tangent. Did you know mirrors used to be polished metal back in the day? Like in ancient Rome? No glass, just blurry bronze vibes. People weren't obsessed with their own faces then. They were too busy dodging swords and pestilence. And here's a weird one. Octopuses can clock themselves in mirrors. Self-aware little freaks, adapting to whatever mess they're in. Sound familiar? You're out here, no tentacles, just trying to keep it together. You turn away, pacing the creaky floorboards. The quiet's not the bad guy anymore. It's a magnifying glass, zooming in on all the stuff you've shoved under the rug. That fight with your sister you never fixed. The dreams you bailed on because they got too hard. They're all spilling out now, no Wi-Fi to bury them under. You grab your notebook, the one you've been scratching in since the world went dark, and flip to a fresh page. The pen hovers, then scratches out, day whatever, still breathing, still a disaster. You smirk, honest at least. The quiet world. Time to move. You head outside, the air crisp and thick with that abandoned city smell. Wet leaves and rust. The streets are a ghost town. Weeds pushing through cracks like they own the place. You pass a billboard, faded and peeling, some ad for a phone you'll never buy. It's laughable now. Chasing trends, flexing for likes, all that noise. Out here, the only audience is you, and you're a tough critic. You plop onto a park bench, the metal cold through your jeans, and watch the sun sink slow, smearing the sky with lazy oranges and pinks. No jet trails, no car horns, just pure, endless hush. You think about the people you used to know, late-night group chats, dumb memes all gone quiet. Are they out there, staring at their own sunsets? Or are you it, the last one stubborn enough to stick around? You're not sure which scares you more. Let's get philosophical for a sec. Some old-school thinkers said you need other people to know who you are, like society's a mirror you can't dodge. Others swore solitude's the real deal, stripping you down to the bones of yourself. You're testing that theory now, and it's a mixed bag. You've dug up some truths, gritty ones, shiny ones, but you're still not sold on the person they add up to. Enduring the stillness, night creeps in, and you trudge back, lighting your last candle. You sink to the floor, back against the couch, the quiet settling over you like dust. You're exhausted, deep, aching tired, but you're here. You've outlasted the chaos, the collapse, all of it. Now it's just you versus you, and damn, it's a brutal match. You close your eyes, breathe slow. No phone to grab, no screen to swipe. Just you and the mess inside. The guilt, the what-ifs, the faint sparks of hope you can't quite snuff out. You're not polished or perfect, but you're still kicking. And maybe that's the win, wrapping it up. And there it is, the end of this weird, quiet ride. You've waded through the emptiness, stared into the void, and wrestled with the you behind the mask. It's been a grind, surviving when everything's stripped away, but you're still standing. Or sitting, whatever, you get it. As the candle flickers out and the dark takes over, let it sink in. You've made it through, not just the end of the world, but the start of something else. Something real. You're still here, still you, and that's enough.